What is going on, guys? Hey, I wanted to come back to you and bring you a clip from JLP's show, The Fallen State. And in this episode, he is talking to a lady, I believe her name is Paulette Simpson. And Paulette Simpson is the NAACP chapter president in Compton, California. But anyways, guys, I'm going to put that up for you. But if you would, please like and subscribe and leave a comment down below.
Sin is not your thoughts or your action.
You sin in action indeed.
No, that's not sin. When you play God, you're sinning. And as a result of that, you're separated from God. And then you pick up all these other bad things from the world, like sex, drugs, lies. But when you stop judging, stop playing God, know that you're not God, then those things, you reconnect with your Father, Creator, and then those things start to fall away. Black Lives Matter is built up or founded by a group of radical black lesbians and radical black homosexuals. Do you approve of that?
I don't approve of homosexuality. But like you said, I'm not going to judge because I'm not going to make sure that
Oh, now you're not judging.
Yeah, now I'm not going to judge because you said I'm learning. I'm learning from you. Don't do that, so I'm not going to judge them.
Well, you know what I mean by judgment, right?
Help me out. Tell me some more.
What do you think judgment
This is learning
means?
for me.
What do you think judgment means?
I'm waiting for you to tell me.
No, tell me what you, when you hear the word judgment, because you're now saying you're not
You're being sarcastic. You ain't learning nothing. You don't want to learn a thing. You ain't listening to nobody. All you're doing is listening so you can argue about something and trying to get your point across. You ain't wanting to learn a thing. Not a thing.
judging. What does judgment mean when you hear that?
Because you said, based on what God does not want us to do, God does not want us to judge. So I'm just basing it on what you said God does not want us to do. Now,
But you don't know what it means?
No, you said don't judge. Whatever they do is okay. Whatever you do
That's
is okay.
not what I said.
Whatever anybody does is okay, because that's like judging them, right?
So will you stop judging the white man?
I got some white friends. You know, there's an old saying. Every time somebody asks my white friends, they got a black friend, right? They mean they're not prejudiced. So y'all got a lot of white friends.
So will you
I don't
stop
judge
judging
all white
white
people the same.
Will you stop judging white people now?
Yeah, I think they're all good people.
And will you stop judging the police?
Yep, I think they're all good.
Judgment simply means don't hate. You see injustice, but don't hate injustice. You still deal with it, but don't hate it.
But I don't hate white people because
Yes, you
I
do.
say there's some.
You're
No, I don't. I just know there's good white people.
You're blaming
and
white
there's bad
people
ones.
for the.
Yeah, you hate white people. I mean, come on, man. Yeah, you hate white people. You are blaming all white people in general, for the problems of black people. That's like women blaming the problem for their lives, for women's lives, onto men. You're picking a particular group because of what you say happened, or what you say is happening. You know, I know things happened in the past, and I know, hundreds of years back, there was slavery and stuff, and I get that. That was horrible, that was wrong. But we can't do anything about the past by punishing people that had nothing to do with things in the future, in the present. We can't do anything about that. I don't know any former slaves or any former slave owners. I don't know them. They don't exist. They're all dead. And they've been dead for a long, long time. We can't hold people accountable because they have particular skin color for things that were done wrong hundreds of years ago. We can't do that. All we can do is hold people. Like if I rob a store, that's my responsibility. I'm accountable for doing what I did. We can't lock up all white people or all middle-aged men because I rob a store. We can't do that. I mean, you can try to, but it didn't mean anything. Because all you can do is hold people individually accountable for what they do. For what they do as individuals. That's it. So all we can do now, and all we have done, or we have affirmative action and everything else, but all we can do that I believe is proper is make things equal under the law, and they are. And that's all we can do. Man, we can't make up for past discrimination with current discrimination. We can't do that. We can try, but it's not going to work.
Good black people and they're bad ones.
You're blaming white people for the failure of black people.
Did we go through slavery?
Did we,
Was slavery real, or did I imagine slavery too? Was that real?
but that has nothing to do with what's wrong with black people now.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see.
Because when I was growing up, blacks were more people, and I grew up on a plantation under the Jim Crow laws down in Alabama. We had families, we had grandparents, we worked, we treated people the way we like to be treated. We knew that all white people weren't bad and all black people not bad, so we treated each other accordingly. And so now,
That's how I was raised.
and now,
My mom is like that.
but then you don't act like it. You're encouraging the hatred of black people.
How you gonna say I don't act like that? I treat people nice.
No,
I treat white
but
people nice, black people, Mexican people. I treat
But
everybody
you
nice. I'm not
encourage-
killing nobody.
But you're encouraging other black people to
I'm not encouraging
blame.
you to kill.
Yeah, you're encouraging black people to blame white people for their problems, for their failures. If you want to become something, if you think in your head that you ought to become something, all you can do is work hard and become it. Wherever you start from is where you are, but you can overcome something and become it. But only you can. She's given you someone to blame. And people like her, they're giving you someone to blame. Someone to point the finger at and blame for you falling short of what you want to accomplish. She's given you someone to blame for that. And again, we can blame whatever we want to blame, whoever we want to blame for us coming up short. But guess what? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You can blame somebody else you want, but you're still not there. So it's best for you to get off that horse and get on the horse of personal responsibility and going after what you want to go after. There will be people in your life that will help you. But man, you've got to take the first steps. You've got to try to become something. And stop blaming other people. The man, that's a trap. That is a trap. All we can do is make things equal under the law. You know, I came from a certain family with a certain amount of income and a certain amount of whatever, and father and mother that were a certain way, and not everything was perfect. Everything, you know, there were good things, there were bad things. You know, we all start from where we start. That's kind of a roll of the dice. We all start from where we start. Nobody can do anything about that. All we can do things about is going after what we want to go after. That's it. That's all we can do. We better ourselves. We take the steps in that direction. We look at ourselves as, what can I do to get myself in that direction, to get myself whatever I want to become? What can I do? Man, all they're doing is giving you somebody to point at as a reason why you don't become it, which is an absolute, utter trap. It's a hole. You're going to fall down the hole and you're not going to be able to get out. You're going to spend your entire life blaming everyone else for the failures of yourself. That's it. That's all you're going to ever do. It's a trap. Get out. Look at yourself. Well, what can I do? Some of us are born with a certain amount of money in a certain family. Some are born with disabilities. Some are born with certain abilities. But all we can do is make the best out of what we have and have equality under the law. But that's it.
You
they'll
people,
fail you.
stand up for yourself.
But then that's not what you should be encouraging them to do.
Yes,
As a preacher, you should be encouraging them to overcome their anger by forgiving their mothers and grandmothers for turning them away from their fathers. It's the mothers
I'm glad my husband's in the home. My husband's in the home.
But for those that don't have that, it's the black mothers and black grandmothers that cause these kids to become angry. And instead of showing them how to forgive,
I was raised
you
by
have
a single
the
woman.
NAACP.
I didn't hate no black man. I didn't hate my dad.
But your mother was a decent woman the way you sound, because she doesn't like what you're doing. But you have the NAACP.
She don't have the courage that I have to stand up for myself.
No, she sounds like a decent woman.
She is. She's a beautiful woman.
Right. But
She
then
just
she's
taught me to be a
disappointed
strong
in
woman.
you.
Oh no, she's very supportive of me because she knows I'm a strong black woman that believe in myself and believe in the black man that I'm married
If
to.
you were a
and the
strong
black
woman,
family.
you wouldn't be encouraging the other blacks to hate cops.
I'm not teaching blacks to hate them.
Yes,
hate
you
cops.
are.
No, I'm not. Because
You're not-
I don't hate. As a matter of fact,
You're not telling them that the cops are not their problem. That is, they got to get over that anger.
some cops are their problems. When I have young men,
Yeah, that you got to teach them to get over their anger, to get beyond that. That is the kind thing to do. That is the right thing to do. Because if you can teach them to kind of overcome that, and that's something, man, that was taught to me, you know, just, or at least pointing me in the right direction, man, get over that anger, because that anger is what's stopping you. Forgive people. That's what's stopping you from becoming what you want to become and what you want to do. Nothing else. You can point your finger at this person or that person or this group or that group or, you know, or your parents or whatever. You can do that. But it's not going to help you. You're going to have to forgive. You're going to have to forgive your folks. You're going to have to forgive other people. Now hold anger and move forward the best way that you can. You know, build something. But yeah, if you're truly wanting to help people, you will teach them to fish. You won't give them fish. You won't give them somebody to hate. You will give them love. You will teach them forgiveness. You will teach them to overcome the anger they have.
on the street corners coming from school, and the police are just jacking them up.
You make it
harassing
sound
them,
like sweet
coming
young
from
men.
school.
These are not nice
These
young
aren't
men.
good kids. If you get when I have 5 football players coming from football practice in a uniform being put over by the police, asking them what set they from, questioning them, why are you putting them in a set? They come from school. You see their uniform on. That don't make them in a gang, but you want to make them like that.
But because so many are, and the adults are refusing to do anything about it, the cops have to check all people.
Don't make excuses for bad cops, racial profiling, and bothering kids. That's an excuse.
The good have to suffer with the bad.
No.
Yes, they do.
Well, then that's why some of the cops are getting killed. Some of the bad cops are suffering with the good cops.
Black people
we just said,
hate.
treat us right.
But no, you got
Oh, black people are the ones that hate?
Right.
See, there you go again with that.
Black people are the most hateful people on this side of heaven. That's
I
why
agree
they're
with
suffering.
you. And that is not true.
That is why they're suffering.
Black people are some of the most loving and accepting people on this planet.
And that's why
everybody treats them the way they do, because they know that they can tell black people will say they forgive them.
No, you
they
got
can
it
do what they do to
backwards.
black people.
Black people hate. That's why they're killing one another. Are they killing each other out of love?
Black people are not the only one killing each
Are
other.
they killing each other in black on black crime?
So black on black crime is the only crime you see. There's no white on white crime.
Black on black.
That's not what the question was. It's what he said to you was, how are black people loving people? They're killing each other in huge numbers. As a matter of fact, man, what 13% of the population commits 55% of all violent crime? But yet we can't be honest about that. And again, he's saying to her, look, how are black people as a whole, as a group, loving people if they're committing all these violent crimes, especially against each other? And she'd, well, here, let me look over here and look over there. What about white people? What about this? What about Hispanic people? she's wanting to change it. That's not, you said that black people are loving people. That's what you said. If they're loving people, why are they killing each other? That's what he's saying. And she's trying to change that subject.
Black crime, is that out of
And
love?
Latinos don't kill Latinos?
Black on black crime, is that out of love?
No, that's out of hate.
Would a loving people do that?
I don't kill, so I'm a loving person.
Would
I'm
a
black.
loving people do that?
No, and I don't
Then
kill.
I
I'm
rest
loving.
my case then.
No, I'm black and I'm loving. Your case is not rested until you get this straight. Black people don't kill. All black people don't kill.
Most do.
No, not most. Do.
Yeah.
No, do you kill?
Black on black, I'm not most.
I don't
Let me ask you
kill.
this. Illegal aliens are coming into the country like 90 going north. The borders are wide open. They are ending it up in the inner cities first. And they are bringing crime and drugs. They're taking over the public school system. They're taking the day labor work from black
You got that
people.
from Trump?
They're taking day labor work. No, I know this for myself. I work in the inner city. I live there. They're taking work from the blacks. Are you okay with illegal aliens coming in and doing that to the black people? You're the NAACP, National Organization for the Advancement of Colored People. Are you okay with the illegal aliens coming in and having that type of negative impact on black people?
So if they're coming in and getting these jobs, they're not giving them to themselves.
Are you okay with that?
No, I'm not okay with people discriminating and not giving blacks jobs, but I'm okay with
No.
people coming in that want to work and getting jobs.
So you're okay with the illegal aliens crossing over to the border and having that negative impact on black people?
They're not having a negative impact on black people.
No, you're not asking
They're
a question.
coming here to work like anybody
Are
else.
you okay with that? You're the head of the NAACP.
I'm not okay with people that's giving them the jobs over blacks.
Are you okay?
See, she's not okay with the white people giving them jobs, but she's okay with the fact that they need to come across the border to get jobs, even though black people may be negatively impacted by that. So again, one side of her mouth, she's saying that she is okay with illegal immigration. She's okay with it. But on the other side of her mouth, she's not okay with the white people giving the jobs to the immigrants, to the aliens, the illegal aliens, and not giving it to black people. And again, man, she is all for the borders being open. I'm going to cut the video here because of time, but she says in a minute, she says that she's okay with the borders being open. And again, man, if you're okay with the borders being open, you don't think that'll put too much of a strain on our country, the country that's giving you a platform to yell and scream and whatever, and it's not gonna put too much of a strain on this country and possibly collapse this country. I mean, really? It's like, why don't you let all the homeless people in your house? Because there's no way you could care for that. They would overrun your house. They would bankrupt you. There's no way you could take care of all these people. So you have to be selective. There has to be a proper way to come into the country. You would have to be selective of who you help, who's homeless, right? Because it would put too much of a strain on you and on your house. It would collapse. You would collapse. So we can't let everyone and their mama in. We can't do it. There's no way we could do that kind of stuff. It would be too much of a strain on our country. But hey guys, if you would, please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.
You son of a